Today I'll show you the best bus simulators you can buy in 2026, and a few you should definitely avoid. Because let's be honest, not every simulator released in the last years has been great. Some are amazing, some are decent, and some are just not worth your money. So in this video, we're taking a look at 5 of the biggest bus simulators right now. Bus Simulator 21, the Bus City Transport Simulator 2026, Busbound, and Bus Simulator 27. Each one is completely different, and depending on what you want, realism, a big map, American buses, European cities, or full career mode, the best simulator might not be the one you expect. Bus Simulator 21 is the oldest simulator on this list, and it still includes a full set of features: a career mode, route creation, company management, and a wide selection of licensed buses from well-known brands. Angel Shores offers a large, American-inspired map with coastal areas, industrial zones, and dense city districts, while Seaside Valley brings back the more compact European environment from earlier titles. The game is easy to run on most systems, and the controls are simple and accessible. The bus interiors are detailed for a 2021 release, and the variety of vehicles, from electric buses to articulated models, gives players plenty to experiment with. However, in 2026, the game's age becomes very noticeable. NPC behavior is one of the biggest issues. Passengers sometimes freeze, clip through objects, or fail to board correctly. Some buses also suffer from recurring bugs, such as malfunctioning doors, incorrect animations, or dashboard elements that stop responding mid-route. The physics system feels light and lacks the weight and suspension detail seen in newer simulators. AI traffic can behave unpredictably, and the world design, while functional, does not match the density or realism of more modern titles. Bus Simulator 21 still works as a complete, accessible package, but it clearly belongs to an earlier generation of bus simulators. The bus is built around realism and large-scale city simulation. Berlin is recreated with a high level of accuracy, featuring long routes, multi-lane avenues, narrow residential streets, and recognizable landmarks. The map continues to expand through updates, adding new districts and additional lines that increase the overall network size. The driving experience is one of the most detailed in the genre. Steering feels precise, braking has weight, and the suspension reacts naturally to bumps, curbs, and uneven roads. The interiors are highly detailed, with accurate dashboards, lighting, and textures that match real-world vehicles. However, the realism is not perfectly consistent across all buses. Some models feel extremely refined, with smooth handling and accurate physics, while others still require adjustments. This creates noticeable differences in how each bus behaves on the road. It focuses entirely on driving, operating routes, and experiencing Berlin as realistically as possible. This makes the bus a very focused simulator, strong in authenticity, but limited in gameplay structure. Still watching? Then you might as well hit that subscribe button. I'm really pushing for that 1K milestone, so every single sub helps more than you think. Alright, let's get back to the video. City Transport Simulator 2026 is one of the most feature-rich bus simulators currently available. It combines realistic vehicles, AI buses, trams, a career mode, and a dynamic city environment into a single package. The buses are highly detailed, both visually and mechanically. The physics feel weighty and grounded, with realistic acceleration, braking, and suspension behavior. The interiors, especially the Citaro models, include detailed dashboards, accurate lighting, and high-quality textures. Sound design plays a major role as well, with engine tones, door sounds, and passenger audio contributing to immersion. The 2026 update introduced several major features. Ticket Box, adding a complete ticketing system with multiple passenger types. Dynamic weather, including storms, fog, and changing road conditions. Free roam mode, allowing players to explore the city without a route. Improved AI buses and trams, making the city feel more active and populated. The city map is varied, with dense urban districts, industrial areas, and residential neighborhoods. However, it is not a large map. It is better described as average in size, with a layout that focuses more on detail than scale. It features more basic road layouts, fewer landmarks, and a more compact environment. While still enjoyable, it does not match the visual or structural complexity of the main city. CTS 2026 offers a broad set of systems and a modern presentation, making it one of the more complete simulators in terms of features and overall structure. Busbound delivers an American-style bus driving experience with wide roads, large transit buses, and a clean, modern user interface. The UI is one of the strongest aspects of the game. Fast, polished, and easy to navigate, with clear menus and smooth transitions. The map is decent in size and detail. It includes a mix of downtown areas, suburban neighborhoods, and industrial zones. While the world is enjoyable to explore, it does not reach the scale or variety of the larger European simulators. The buses are moderately realistic. They look good, the interiors are cleanly modeled, and the physics are serviceable. However, they do not aim for the same level of realism as the bus or CTS 2026, and the handling is generally simpler. One of the main limitations is the game's length. The career mode can be completed relatively quickly, and once the main objectives are finished, there is limited long-term progression. The game is stable and visually polished, but the overall depth is modest compared to other simulators. Busbound works well as a lighter, more casual American bus simulator with a strong UI and a straightforward structure. Bus Simulator 27 has been getting a steady stream of new previews over the past weeks, and the game is starting to show a much clearer picture of what the next entry in the series will look like. Instead of small teasers, the developers have been releasing full in-game frames, short gameplay clips, and detailed bus showcases that highlight the improvements made since BS21. One of the most noticeable changes is the overall visual quality. The lighting system looks more natural, the reflections on the buses are sharper, and the environments appear more detailed than anything seen in previous bus simulator titles. Streets feel more alive, with denser traffic, more pedestrians, and a wider variety of road layouts, from modern city avenues to tighter European-style streets. Several bus brands have already been confirmed for launch. Alexander Dennis brings a modern UK-inspired look with clean lines and a recognizable design language. Solaris has also been shown, featuring detailed interiors, realistic proportions, and a level of polish that suggests the vehicles have been carefully modeled from the ground up. The map previews show a world that is noticeably larger and more varied than BS21. There are open plazas, multi-lane intersections, older districts with narrow roads, and more modern areas with wide boulevards. Even though the footage released so far is limited, the overall structure of the map looks more complex and more believable than earlier entries in the series. The development updates have been frequent, and each one shows more of the game's systems coming together. From the quality of the buses to the scale of the map, it's clear that the project is in its final stages. While there is still no exact release date, everything shown so far suggests that the launch is very close. Bus Simulator 27 is shaping up to be the most modern and complete version of the series so far, but at the moment, it is not released yet, even though it appears to be nearing completion. So before we wrap up, let's take a moment to look at the bigger picture. After going through all 5 simulators, it's pretty clear how different they all are, not just in style, but in how far they've come in 2026. Bus Simulator 21 still offers a full package, but the age of the game is starting to show, especially with the NPC issues and the older physics. The bus delivers a strong level of realism, but it stays very focused on Berlin and doesn't offer much outside the driving experience. Busbound has a clean UI and a relaxed American vibe, but the overall depth and length of the game are limited. That leaves 2 simulators that stand out the most based on what we can see right now. City Transport Simulator 2026 and Bus Simulator 27. CTS 2026 is already available and offers one of the most complete feature sets at the moment. Realistic buses, trams, AI traffic, dynamic weather, the ticket box system, and a city that, while not huge, is detailed and varied enough to feel alive. It's a modern simulator with a lot of systems working together, and it's clear how much has been added since the earlier versions. Bus Simulator 27, on the other hand, isn't out yet, but based on everything shown so far, it's shaping up to be a major step forward for the series. The confirmed bus brands, the improved visuals, the larger and more varied map, and a steady stream of previews all point in the same direction. The game is getting close, and it looks far more polished than previous entries. If the final release matches what we've seen so far, BS27 could easily become one of the biggest bus sim titles of the next few years. So those are the 2 simulators that currently stand out the most. One that's already here, and one that's almost ready to arrive. And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you made it all the way to the end, thanks for sticking around. It really means a lot. The bus sim world is changing fast, and it's been interesting to see how each of these games is developing in its own direction. Some are improving quickly, some are slowing down, and some new ones are finally starting to look almost ready for release. There's definitely a lot more coming over the next few months, so I'll be keeping an eye on every update, every new preview, and every patch that drops. If you want to stay up to date with all of that, feel free to hit subscribe. I'm getting closer to that 1K milestone, and every sub genuinely helps push the channel forward. Let me know in the comments which simulator you're playing right now, or which one you're waiting for. I always enjoy reading your thoughts and seeing what the community is into. Thanks again for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.